I had struggled with sexual addiction for many decades, and was painfully aware of how I was letting down my community and my profession and my family. And yet I did not know how to get any help for it, and I didn't know where to get help for it, and I just did not have the physical courage to go to someone and say, this is my problem. You know, I had struggled with being attracted to younger people since I was 15 or 16, and you know, no one picks an addiction. Your addiction picks you, and I sure didn't pick one that I knew people would hate, but it kind of was there. And so I knew I was fortunate enough, by the grace of God, to have good upbringing, and you know, I knew I would not be sexual with others. I'm one of those strange people who've been sexual with two adult women my whole life. That's my whole life history. Interestingly, a sexual addict often is nervous about that, because we know that we're off. You know, I knew there's something wrong with me. I knew there was something wrong with me, and I knew I could never tell anyone. That's how I felt, and that actually went along okay until the internet. Then, because before that, you know, there might be a TV show or a movie on that I might watch, but I don't think I was doing anything illegal. But the internet came, and I found myself watching or looking at pornography, including some with underage people, and I hated it, but I was also attracted to it. The reason why I'm kind of glad to do this interview is it does give me, you know, I am the worst thing about it. The worst thing about it for me wasn't going to jail, or even the worst. I am painfully aware that I let down my patients, I let down my colleagues, I let down the mental health community. You know, I had many patients who I cared deeply about, and who I think I had a good relationship with, and then I just disappeared. I fell off the face of the earth. I know you're trying to don't feel like you have to prepare. It's all right. I want to do this. This is what God wants me to do.
I'm just here for support and encouragement.
You know, and I can never apologize for that enough, and I feel bad about that every day. So one good thing about this interview is you know, if you could put one thing in there, there are two things I'd like you to put in there if you can. Is one, again, I apologize to all those people from the bottom of my heart. And two, when I was in that difficult position, when I came to Mike that day, that I had already gone to my chief of staff, and it was pretty clear that I was going to be done. And I told my wife that was being investigated for child pornography, that I wrote my nurse, explained what my situation was. I did think about, as difficult a position as I had been, I did think about my patients who had been in more difficult positions, the more difficult childhood, more difficult illnesses, and they were able to face every day. And if they could face every day, then I should be able to face every day. And so with the help, and I have, I mean, this has been an incredibly painful thing, I feel. But the community has been very good to me. Community has been very good to me. I feel, you know, I finally feel in control of an illness that I'd had for a long time. I'm a lot better. I'm a lot better, but it's still hard day to day. I struggle. The hard part for me a little bit is getting out and going to, you know, I kind of, I'm pretty defensive. You know, I'm both happy. I see people all the time. People recognize me and come up to me. And I'm always, actually hard. They're usually happy to see me. But I'm pretty defensive, or I have to apologize. I have to, you know, first thing I have to do is apologize to everyone. was, I think I'm doing good, but it's hard every day. I just try and do it. I know it's a cliche, but I try and do one day at a time. I'm trying to, I do feel like I have something. Again, I feel like I've been through some things, and I have ability, I think, to talk about some difficult things that I think will be helpful someday to someone. And I'm just trying to go day to day. So it's real hard, though. I mean, I am every day. One thing that's true is that I miss my practice. I miss my colleagues. I was someone who had hundreds of good relationships, and they disappeared overnight, and I didn't get a chance to say goodbye. They just disappeared, and and I got to let down a lot of people that I cared about tremendously, and never got a chance to thank them for trusting me for all those years, and to apologize to them for my disappearance, and to thank them for everything they gave me, because they gave me enough courage, and I really did. I really feel that way. I saw kids overcome things, and adults. I took care a lot. I saw adults overcome difficult things, and I also saw that running away from issues ultimately didn't work. I mean, it took me decades to figure that out, but my patients taught me that, and I will always be grateful to them for that.
Do you think
I saw him on the day that this came to pass. And I will tell you that this man has been to hell and back. And that he is an example of courage, resilience, and compassion and strength that will serve him and his future colleagues and patients well. He will be an even more compassionate and caring provider with proper control and safeguards. We're prepared to gradually support his reintegration into the community.
Do you think you will ever get to the point where you stop apologizing for what you did? I mean,
the awful thing about, I think I have gotten, I mean, again, I don't want to sound pathetic, because everyone I've asked for forgiveness for, I have gotten it. But the hard thing for me is I can't ask, the people I want to ask for forgiveness from, I can't. Obviously, I mean, who do I mean? I mean, my patients and my family. Those are the number, those are the people, I'm much better than I used to be, but this is it's a long process. I mean, I'm so painfully aware of the fact that a lot of my patients had been let down by adults and kind of felt betrayed. And when I'm in a bad mood, when I'm in my bad place, I become another one of those people, which is very difficult. But then the other part of me does know that I did the best and I think I did more. I am getting better at thinking I did more good than bad. I mean, I think I helped more people. I hope I did.